Buzz YouTube? I have for y'all today this really good, fun, short, close Ubers battle that I had the other night on Showdown. But before I get into talking about the team preview, I kind of want to talk about my opinions on the new Mega Evolution that has been introduced to X and Y. Personally, I think that it's really cool and really stupid at the same time. It's cool in the sense that the Mega Evolutions that have been revealed so far look fucking badass. Like, Ampharos has to be my favorite one. It went Super Saiyan 3, became part dragon, and just turned into a total badass. I just really like Ampharos. I don't know why. It's just my favorite one. And all the other ones look pretty cool too, and I'm really eager to see what the next batch of Pokemon that are going to have Mega Evolutions are going to be, because it's just going to be totally awesome, I can already tell. And this also means this is going to be yet another new aspect of the X and Y meta that people are going to have to learn, so that's going to be pretty cool to look forward to. And I think it's stupid in the sense that it just kind of feels like they mixed in Digimon with Pokemon, so I don't really like that. But in the end, it doesn't really matter because I'm still going to buy the game and I'm still going to play it in battle. So yeah, that's just my opinion on it. How do you guys feel about it? Leave a comment down below. And yeah, team preview. I am using a really fun Ubers team that I got from Edgar because he passed me a paste bin with like 8 of his teams, and this one had Arceus Dark on it, and I really wanted to use it just because you never see Arceus Dark in Ubers. Like, very rarely will you see it. And looking at my opponent's team, he has a very offensively based rain team. The only real wall that I see is going to be Ferrothorn because that Kyogre could be Scarfed or Spexed. But looking at threats, if I lose my Latios, Kyogre destroys his team. If he wins the Weather War and Kabutops gets up a Swords Dance, it destroys his team. So Kyogre and Kabutops are the two main things I'm going to have to watch out for. Also, I got to find out what Arceus type he has on his team. But I'm going to be leading off with my Groudon, thinking that he will lead off with the Kyogre, but he actually ends up leading off with the Genesect. So now when I take an Ice Beam, I'm going to switch into my Genesect so I can U-turn now as he switches out. But I take the U-turn, but he got a crit. This should just tell you how well this battle goes for me. So I U-turn now as he brings in the Kyogre, bring in my Groudon so I can get the Sun Up. Then this turn, thinking that he would go for the Water move, I'm going to switch into my Latios. And even if he went for the Ice Beam, as you can saw there, it's not going to be a 2 KO, so I knew I would be able to take it, and I'm just going to be able to go for the Recover. And I don't want to reveal to him that I have Hidden Power Fire just yet, because I want to be able to catch that Ferrothorn off guard with it. So as he brought in the Genesect, I know that he's going to want to go for the U-turn, so I'm going to switch right into my Genesect. And unfortunately at this point, my Genesect is basically dead. So what I'm going to do is just try to get off as much damage as I can on this Ferrothorn as I die off to the Iron Barbs. And he ends up going for the Lead Seed. Not too sure why he didn't go for the Stealth Rocks, but it's not too big of a deal. As I bring in my Latios, I completely forgot that some Ferrothorns tend to run Protect in Ubers, and I go straight for the Hidden Power Fire. But knowing that he's going to be expecting another Hidden Power Fire, I'm going to go for the Dragon Pulse, predicting him to bring in either Kyogre or the Giratina. As he does bring in the Giratina, I know his Shadow Sneak will not be able to knock me out, and I'm going to be able to knock him out with the Hidden Power Fire. I get a crit, which I highly doubt matters, because it's in the sun, it's boosted by it, although it's resisted. Latios has Soul doing a great special attack set. So yeah, he brings back in the Genesect, which is just a giant threat to this team, and I really have to find some way to get rid of that damn thing. As I bring in my Giratina, he just U-turns out into the Kyogre, and I went for the Substitute this turn, which was really stupid of me. If anything, I should have gone straight for the Shadow Seek. Luckily though, I was able to live the Ice Beam on 1% and still get off a huge hit with it, allowing me to now bring in my Fortress. And what I'm going to do is go for a layer of Spikes, because this way, if he does bring in the Genesect, normally he shouldn't have anything to touch me, so I'm going to predict him to U-turn now into Kabutops, and I'm going to go for the Toxic. But no, it turns out that he has Flamethrower, which just I did not see coming whatsoever. And at this point, my Fortress is basically dead. So yeah, I just lost my Fortress to Flamethrower Genesect, which is not that common in Ubers. But hey, it worked out for my opponent. But this now gives me a free switch into my Latios, and I'm going to go straight for the Dragon Pulse as I get off a good amount of damage on the Ferrothorn. I'm going to pay him back for the first turn of this battle, and I'm going to crit him with the Hidden Power Fire, getting rid of Ferrothorn, which is really great, which means now my Arceus Dark does not have to worry about being Lead Seeded or Thunder Waved, and I could have a chance to sweep with it. So as he brings in the Genesect, I really have no choice but to leave in my Latios, because I cannot allow him to keep up rain, because if he does, after Swords Dance, Kabutops just destroys me. So he turns out into the Arceus as I bring in my Groudon. I know at +2 I will be able to live in Extreme Speed. Unfortunately, 2 Earthquakes is not enough to knock him out. And on the off chance that I did live this, I decided to go for the stealth rocks. And thankfully, even at +4 with life orb and stab, Groudon does not get knocked out by Arceus. And the surprising part is that this Groudon isn't even max defense or max HP. And thanks to those stealth rocks, Kyogre is actually going to die off to the entry hazards, which means Kabutops does not have his Swift Swim, which means my Arceus will be able to outspeed him. So he brings in the Genesect. Now the reason why this is really slowing down is because this turn might confuse some of you. Now as you can see from damage calc, U-turn is a 3-hit KO. So either way, even if he didn't go for the explosion this turn, I still would have gone for the recover. And because Sun is up, I would have been able to outspeed a knockout Kabutops. As he brought back in the Genesect, he would have been brought down to a point where 2 Judgments would have been able to knock him out. And because U-turn is a 3-hit KO, he would have only got off 2 hits, which means I still would have been able to live and have still won the battle. His only chance at that point would have been to try to Iron Head flinch me to death, which I believe it's like a 4 to 5 hit KO for Iron Head to knock out Arceus. So yeah, I was able to pull out the victory because I guess he knew this and he just went for the explosion hoping for a crit. It was kind of the only real thing that he could have hoped for to actually be able to win the battle, unless he did want to flinch me to death. And thankfully he wasn't that guy. So yeah, this was a really fun short game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to some more content. Also, if you did not see the Stabmons live that I uploaded last night, a link to that will be playing in your screen right now. So click that video, go check out that video. Why am I saying video? I'm just dragging this out. Goodbye everybody, go watch that. Later.